So first things first, before this video gets started, I just wanted to clarify what Monogame is and what Godot is. So Monogame is a game framework, while Godot is a game engine. Now, the difference is Monogame, it has a much harder learning curve because unlike the Godot engine, you don't have a visual editor. You don't even have a lot of stuff baked into Monogame. You have to code it yourself, like coding in your animated sprites, your atlas texture map, and all that. While with Godot, it's already packaged in. A great way I can kind of explain it: Monogames, you make the car engine and everything else, so like the body, the doors, the wheels, I don't know. And with Godot, they already have the engine. Now you just gotta design what like frame do you want, what color doors, what wheels, and all that. I know my car nerd friend's gonna go at me for making a bad analogy, but hey, that's the best way I can explain it. So for my first project, I decided to make Pong. I got the player to be able to move. However, I couldn't get the ball to move, so I started working on that, but the hitboxes were off. After a bit of tinkering, I got it to work with new textures. However, like you see in there, the ball kept on going out. To fix this, all I did was check the position of the ball and reverse the speed. And as you can see, it's working pretty fine. Once it hits the bottom, it just bounces back. Same with the top. I then also added new textures as well as a way for the ball to reset. I did this by running a function when a ball reaches either end. And all the function does is just pull it back into the center and reset the speed. However, a problem I saw was the ball was getting trapped, and I didn't know how to fix that, so I added 2 new pedals instead, which is absolutely crazy. So the way it works is it inherits from the sprite class, and all it does in the update function is it constantly adds its Y speed, and whenever it reaches the top or bottom, we just reverse that speed so that it can go the other way. And that's pretty much it. Now, I'm not sure if this clip shows it well, but every time the ball gets hit, its speed increases, and it's done by this piece of code, and as long as the speed's not 10, it adds 0.5 every time it gets hit. Now, with the knowledge I gained from making Pong, I decided to make a similar game called Breakout. However, if you look at the bottom, the clip I'm showing is 2 months old by now. Now, this is due to exams, so I spent around about 2 hours relearning everything, commenting because apparently I don't know how to add comments, and just making the code feel better, as well as updating some sprites because some of the hitboxes were off. Now, with that all done, I spent the time making the blocks so that they can generate and repurposing old code so I can actually get the blocks removed. And with that, I realized I could make a shield where the blocks don't get removed until the shield has been cracked. I then realized I can do the same to delete an entire row. I don't know why in this clip, but I decided to make everything get deleted. So it crashed my PC. But then I finally decided this is the right way to do it. As well as that, later I decided to add sound and a menu. However, I realized that I don't know how to do a menu, so I just called it quits there. So this doesn't mean the end of Monogame. I will definitely be switching to it from Godot. And this is because frameworks focus more on the coding part, and I personally enjoy coding a lot more. And as well as that, since it's a heavy focus on coding, I believe it will strengthen my coding skills a lot more, which I do want to strengthen so I can make better games. As well as that, Stardew Valley is made in Monogame, and you gotta copy the goats.